Time is indeed a fickle bitch. Welcome to the playoffs and welcome to week 14 of Deerfield Fantasy Football Sunday live stream. I am a much more sober and all the way here version of Ad Hot BFF with two Ps. I have no idea what advice I gave you on Wednesday, and I don't know if you should follow it or not. Dan Thury, how are you doing?
I'm feeling good. I have no 2-day hangovers. I have no hangovers at all.
Well, the hangover's gone now. I mean,
well, I know.
it was gone on Friday.
Lack of sleep is probably going to be the bitch, but
We'll get there.
Life.
We'll get there. All right, a couple of things to get into this morning that are non-start sitting related before we get to all of the start sit questions and asking for friends and all that stuff. I wanted to get these covered here because I'm not sure I'm going to remember to go back this far on Monday. So first off, Jason Garrett and the Cowboys headed for a divorce after this season. That should absolutely be the case. That is a relationship that just is not working anymore.
If they weren't in the playoff hunt, meaning if the Eagles weren't this bad too, he'd already be fired.
Well, they shouldn't be. They should let another team from the NFC West or the NFC North in instead of anybody from the NFC East.
Just ignore the East for this season. It's okay. They haven't really earned it.
Yeah, not at all. Titans discussing a new contract for Ryan Tannehill after the season, and this I agree with if they do it right. So, Mariota isn't the answer. You could draft somebody, but give him a bridge deal.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not going to be your long-term answer, but give him a 2 or 3 year contract and then figure out your long-term answer. He's been good. He's been better than Mariota.
No, I completely agree. You front load the contract, you make it somewhere around the low to mid 20s because that's below average what most starting quarterbacks are going to make, and then you draft one either this year or next year.
Yep. And you got to, and since you have multiple years to get that right, you can take a shot on a guy in the later rounds that you might like, and if they don't pan out, you just move on.
Yep.
So
I agree.
The Panthers will attempt to trade Cam Newton in the offseason. They will hold on to him though if interest isn't there and the price isn't right. So this is very non-committal. I don't think they know what they want to do.
I think they're just trying to save face.
I think so too. I think if they do trade Cam, get a decent amount for him, they're drafting someone. Well, unless Will Greer's come a long way or something, because Kyle Allen has been serviceable but unspectacular.
Yeah, that means we need to see Will Greer.
Yeah, Kyle Allen's been fine as a backup or replacement level guy, but he's like Case Keenum. This is probably not going to be your long-term answer.
Yeah.
All right.
We got a question.
Sweet. Let's go.
Calvin Ridley or Odell Beckham Jr. in half-point PPR?
Well, it did come out that Odell has a sports hernia, and he hadn't been on injury reports up until recently, so I don't know if that's a new development. That is a little scary. Julio's back, but he'll get Bradbury. I don't know. I probably got to go Ridley in that case.
I'd go Ridley.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to get their flow. I mean, it's going to be Jones and Hooper are back.
They're just going to hurt target volume a little bit, but yeah, Odell scares me. I mean, with the injury and as well as Cincinnati played against the Jets, I feel better about Ridley.
I do too. It's weird, but that's where we are with Odell at this point.
Hey Darren, it's going pretty good. Alex wants to know David Blau or Rivers in the Superflex. Blau's got the Vikings. He looked all right early on against the Bears before it turned kind of meh. You got Phillip Rivers against the Jaguars. I'd say Rivers.
I don't think I don't have a lot of faith in David Blau and the Lions outside of the receivers.
No, I don't either.
I think this Vikings defense is actually going to make a step up today after being embarrassed on Monday Night Football. So
yep, and Jacksonville,
I'm going Rivers.
Since the Ramsey trade has been very, very beatable.
They've been suspect.
So Yeah, I think that's a fine enough matchup for Rivers. Darren Gray would like to know Gurley, Carson, Devonta Freeman standard scoring pick 2.
Yikes.
No, not Devonta Freeman's
No, it's not
got the
yikes
Panthers,
all
which
around.
has
It's
actually
yikes
been
because
that's a really
easy
good
pick.
matchup. Freeman and the Panthers is.
It is.
And then there was some hype around Gurley this morning. They get the Seahawks.
I'm going Gurley Freeman.
That's what I'm doing. It's Gurley and Freeman. I was trying to convince myself there's any way that I like Carson, but with Penny there and the way he got into his workload, no, I would go Gurley and Freeman.
What they did to the Vikings, whose only good thing on defense has been the run defense, and they put up, over 250 and 3. It's
Right.
There's a case for Carson, but
on the alternative, if the report this morning is true that the Rams have been, kind of taking it easy with Gurley for the stretch run and the end of the season, and they plan to quote unquote unleash him, given what Madison and Cook were able to do. Yeah, I just like the volume for Gurley with the defenses being considered equal.
Baker or Darnold? Alex wants to know.
Baker or Darnold?
Sam Darnold for me.
Yeah, Darnold for me too. That is one of my asking for our friends involves Sam Darnold, but we'll get to that after we get through everything we need for our listeners. All right.
Right on.
So ins and outs real quick. Jamal Adams not going to play against Miami this week. That's just a slight upgrade for their offense. Adam Thielen out for week 14. So 12 personnel again. Although I expect them to just try to run it down their throat with Cook being okay.
Yeah.
Mohamed Sanu is expected to play week 14 against the Chiefs. Julian Edelman also going to be a full go. No different than last week. Odell Beckham been playing through a sports hernia, as I mentioned. That's going to require off-season surgery. I saw from Dr. Jesse Morse on Twitter. Shout out to him. There's really him and David Chow are the two to follow if you really want some early breaking injury news. And it seems, you read stuff and you're like, yeah, that can't be right. And then they're right like 90% of the time. So reported this is the same issue that Deshaun Jackson has been dealing with for most of the season, though. So that gives us some explanation for Odell, but then the question becomes, have the Browns been lying on the injury report, or is this a new occurrence? So
yeah, there's a whole bunch of gray areas with that one. So
Hollywood Brown expected to play against the Bills. So yay. Will Fuller not expected to play week 14 against the Broncos. There's been a lot of hype around Kenny Stills. I absolutely agree with that hype.
Kuti is also active too.
Yeah, I know.
He's been nothing.
He has been nothing, and yeah, the premise is based on this is a Brad Evans thing, so give credit where credit's due. But
yes,
the premise on this is based that Denver's slot corner has not been good, and Stills will play out of the slot primarily, which is again why we probably haven't seen a lot from QT. So there you go.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, I do too, because I hadn't really thought of Stills as just like he's going to run out of the slot, especially with QT active.
Yeah.
But yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Josh Jacobs, true game time decision for the late game against Tennessee, so have a backup option. Maybe have Washington and Richard, who should be on waivers, just in case.
Yes.
Le'Veon Bell out for week 14 with an illness. Now, this deserves some discussion. My initial thought was hop on the Bilal Powell bandwagon, who has not been great. So you got to figure it's going to be a split with Powell getting the running work and Montgomery the receiving work. I'm avoiding it if I can.
It's a really good matchup, and if you're going to play a matchup base, if you believe that Miami's going to keep pace or it's good, like if you believe this game is going to be a shootout or be high score, and you have to lean on the on the running back who's going to be more involved in the passing game, which would then be in turn Ty Montgomery, but it's not like Powell isn't isn't shy about that either. So I'm looking at snaps to see how things have transpired since mid-season between snaps between Powell and Montgomery to see if it's going to be the 60 to 70% split that people thought it'd be, or the 60-70% target and touch share for Powell compared to Montgomery, or if I think it'll be closer to 50-50, which I agree with you might be a little gross.
Yeah. All right, more questions. Dylan, Tannehill or Cousins, half-point PPR?
Tannehill.
Yeah, also like Tannehill just a bit more. I think that game has the potential to be a little closer.
It's a good problem to have, but
That is a good problem to have. I think ultimately you're probably okay with both of them. 4-point pass touchdowns. Go Tannehill.
Yes.
Hollister, Fells, or Gesicki from Alec?
okay. So Seattle's got the Rams. Houston's got Denver. Miami's go. Okay. I think Hollister.
Hollister, given
I think Hollister
recent
for
trends.
floor.
Yeah.
I think Gesicki if you want to get cute because of what we've seen
He's been
transpire
better.
the past few weeks. He's been getting utilized a lot.
Yeah, he has been, but I'm still gonna say Hollister there.
Yeah, I'm fine with Hollister or Gesicki.
I am,
but
too.
I'll lean
not Fells, but I'm gonna lean Hollister.
Fells, but not Phils.
Pick 1.5 PPR: Emmanuel Sanders, Kiki Kuti, Naeem Hines, or
McLaurin, I'm assuming.
I'm guessing McLovin, McLaurin, or one of the other T's for PPR for tight end premium, so full PPR for tight ends.
Okay.
I mean, you could make an argument for starting Hollister and Gesicki in that case. Yeah, I'm assuming it's the same league, given the one of the other tight ends comments. So, if it's premium, I think you could really make an argument for starting both. I don't love, really any of the other options there. Honestly, McLaurin against the Packers, sure, I can like that one. That one may not be bad, given the fact that Paul Richardson and Trey Quinn are both out.
Yeah, he'll be building a game script narrative with that one. You're just hoping that, I mean, he should be protected either way. They're going to have to throw the football. Otherwise, he may not. But
yeah, I mean, the weather.
Emmanuel Sanders against the Saints isn't bad either.
Possibility. See, the thing that scares me about Sanders though is how much they just don't throw to wide receivers and how much they just don't target any one wide receiver. He had that one big game and then fell off of it. So, I am completely off of Sanders, Kiki, and then Hines with Mac back. So it's between McLaurin and Gesicki in that other spot for me. Could really build the boom narrative for McLaurin.
I like the full premium though for Gesicki. I'm honestly on the double tight end here.
I am too. I would probably do double tight end in that scenario. But again, look at your projections. Look at what your opponent has. If you need somebody to just really hit, then and to go off, and you need upside, then McLaurin. If you just kind of have to not dud anybody, Gesicki. That's know what you're
Gesicki offers probably higher floor because of the premium. It almost is equal upside.
I agree on the higher floor. It's the hole with nobody else really for
that's true
Haskins to throw to against the Packers. That
might be allowed to run the football.
That's the other thing that could happen. So I'm more comfortable with Gesicki.
All right,
but yeah, a lot of discussion there. Good discussion. All right.
Good.
Where was I? Evan Ingram has been ruled out for Week 14 with a foot injury. I hadn't seen anything. Is Golden Tate active? Or will Golden Tate? I haven't seen anything on Tate.
I haven't seen anything on Golden Tate.
Weird.
I'll keep looking.
Yeah, Browns have activated tight end David Njoku. Daniel Jones not going to play Week 14 against the Eagles with a high ankle sprain, so it will be Eli Manning. Weirdly, given the weather and everything here, that probably helps Barkley more than anything. I don't know why that's my feeling, but Manning coming back into me with the weather being as shitty as it's supposed to be on Monday night, just screams Saquon and Miles Sanders, and I don't really want a whole lot else out of that game.
This screams like a Barkley checkdown game.
It does.
If Philly gets up early, for whatever reason. We know that Manning has no problem taking underneath stuff.
Yep.
A lot last year. I would not be surprised if Barkley ends up with double-digit targets and close to double-digit receptions.
I'm with you. Jordan Howard not going to play in Week 14 either. So Nelson Aguilar is a game-time decision. So, again, that just is screaming Miles Sanders for me.
Oh, I love him this week.
Yep. Greg Olsen not going to suit up for the Panthers, so Ian Thomas will draw that start. It's just more DJ Moore and Christian McCaffrey, honestly. I love Ian Thomas, but it hasn't been there with Kyle Allen. Paul Richardson and Trey Quinn, as I mentioned, both inactive against Washington. So outside of the long McLaurin discussion we had, if you need an emergency play, Kelvin Harmon figures to factor into that game.
Yeah.
And Adam Vinatieri and T.Y. Hilton inactive for the Colts against Tampa Bay. So Zach Pascal and Jack Doyle.
And Jack Doyle. Always.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's Sterling Shepard or Tyler Lockett with full PPR.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Lockett's put up back-to-back duds.
It's because he took a vow of abstinence. I'm saying it now. Hot take.
Did he take a vow of abstinence?
Yeah, that's been a news there. He's been saving himself for marriage, and I think it's finally starting to boil over.
Is that a Russell thing? I don't know. Anyway, actual analysis here. I want to say Lockett, but I get it. It's hard to. But Shepard's good. Do you have? I guess. Let me ask this: do you have any other options outside of those two?
Yeah, please, Darren. If you have anybody else that you want,
we'll come back to that. But if you got anybody else that's there, let me know, or let us know, please, because I don't love either of those. If I'm picking between those two, I'm gonna say Lockett, just because you're not dealing with a mess. But he's been more of a decoy the last 2 weeks, so I'm not necessarily comfortable either way there. I don't know how you feel, Dan.
If I had to lean to be Sterling Shepard,
yeah,
but it's not pretty. If you want to take a couple screenshots of your waiver pool for receivers too, we can see if you can find something there.
Well, I don't know if you can put pictures in the YouTube chat.
Well, not in chat. I mean, after the
Christian Kirk.
Oof. Guys, is Pittsburgh too.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I don't know. I'd almost take Kirk over.
I'd probably play Kurt. I'd play Kurt over both and just pray that he takes one to the house.
Yeah.
Or he gets
play Kirk.
Gets volume.
Yep. 6-team standard 6-team league. I'm in one of those. Pick 3 wide receivers in flex.
Oh boy.
Kupp, Julio, Godwin, Hopkins, DJ Moore, Miles Sanders. So,
this is a humble Brex from Alex. I appreciate the humble flex there with this.
No, I got one of these
questions.
too. I'm in a 6-team league that has this problem. I'm starting Godwin and Kupp in that league actually. And Miles Sanders. I guess.
I don't even like
Godwin, Kupp, Julio.
I play Hopkins over I don't know, I'll play Hopkins over Julio.
Does it matter?
Chris Harris has not been no, it does. Well, I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. In my league,
but there's DJ Moore.
I'm in a 6-team
against a late. I'll play DJ Moore over Julio Jones.
I'm in a 6-team league with a bunch of people that don't know what they're doing. So I just go in like,
really
doesn't matter. Sorry, I don't want to say everybody doesn't. There are 2 that do.
It's my girlfriend's. Okay.
2 others in there that do. But
2 QB.
That's no fair. Hopkins against the Broncos. No.
Chris Harris has not been that good this year.
He's not been good this year, but Hopkins
it's not Hopkins or Julio. It's DJ Moore.
Okay. You're good. Done there. More than who? More Kupp Godwin or more Kupp Sanders? Or more Godwin Sanders?
God damn it. See, this isn't fair. Because more Kupp Godwin and then Sanders. Because it's pick 3 receivers in a flex. We need to pick 4 players. So Kupp, Godwin, and Sanders. More Sanders.
Done. More Kupp, Godwin, Sanders.
Yeah. Arguing over first world problems.
No, I've got one of those. Mine was like Devontae Adams, Chris Godwin, Cooper Kupp, or Keenan Allen, I think was what I was running through there.
Oof.
Ended up landing on Kupp, Godwin, and I don't remember who else.
I would play Miles Sanders over Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
I would play that. I know you may be in the flex. I'm still playing Miles Sanders over Aaron Jones.
Yeah, I would too.
Miles Sanders doesn't have a Jamal Williams to be a massive pestering fuck. But this just means that Aaron Jones is going to score 4 touchdowns today.
Probably. It's always a choice. Again, don't know that it matters that much. All right. Von Miller active against the Texans. There's another thing.
Okay.
Dante Pettis inactive against the Saints. No one cares. We know no surprises for the Vikings. No real surprises. Jaquiski Tart, the safety for San Francisco, is not playing, and neither is Jeff Wilson. So there you go.
Mostert all day.
Yeah, Mostert. Kevin King inactive against Washington, so let's just he'll get Alexander. So more good news for Kelvin Harmon.
Should we get the weather?
I'll get the weather in a second. Let me get through the rest of these inactives real quick. I'm just gonna keep talking through whatever it is that I see. Sorry, inactives come out at about between like 10:30 and 11:30 is when they start to show up. So we don't get them all done. TJ Yeldon has been inactive all year, so I don't really care about that. And no surprises for the Falcons. No surprises for the Browns. Okay, I'm caught up now. Weather. Wind gust up to 37 miles an hour could have an impact on Buffalo and Baltimore. However, sustained winds are supposed to be below 20 miles an hour there. Same goes for Bengals Browns. So with gusts like that, I'm just going to tend to not go on tilt or adjust. It might be a tiebreaker if I'm really debating somebody, but generally speaking, not going to freak out about just gust when sustained winds are that low.
I agree.
Slight chance of drizzles or flurries in Green Bay for Redskins Packers. Again, with that being a slight chance. I mean, we saw a slight chance last week where it turned into a snowstorm, but I don't know how you adjust too hard on that either. Maybe a slight bump to Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams and Darius Geis, but
they probably run more and throw a little bit more underneath stuff.
Yeah,
maybe take less shots downfield.
If it happens, it's as possible. So
yeah.
Can't control the weather.
Nope.
And then Monday night. Monday night's the one everybody's fading, and I agree with it. Giants at Eagles expect to be rainy. One gust up to 39 miles an hour. The Fantasy Footballers weather report, by the way, is where I pull most of this. So shout out to them. But their report did say it should end up getting better as it goes. So I don't. But I looked at the hourly and AccuWeather for Philly on Monday night, and yeah, it's still like upwards in the 65 to 70% chance of rain just all the way through that game. So I don't want the passing game there.
Nope.
All right.
It's going to be all short stuff and running the football again. What happens when there's a lot of wind.
Will be indeed. Good luck to you too, Alex. Same for you, Darren, and Dylan, and everybody else that comes to hang out with us. All right, I got some asking for friends while we're here.
Do it.
Okay. We're gonna start off. It is a 6-team league. I'm kidding.
Jesus Christ.
I'm kidding. Cooper Kupp, Devontae Adams, Chris Godwin, Keenan Allen.
Yeah.
Not doing it. All right, hold on. So how much do you trust Kirk Cousins this week?
I think it's fine. I mean, honestly, he put up almost 20 points last week.
Okay.
And we've been doubting him every week. I think he's fine.
Alex just asked, does that mean did bench Alshon if you can? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, do you like any of these guys more than Cousins? Brissett, Darnold, Garoppolo, Fitzpatrick.
Oh, Darnold and Fitz. Because we just think that game's going to be shootout. So, ideally you want to have, quarterback there, especially with no Bell. I think I'd play Darnold over Cousins. I'd be okay with both. I mean, honestly, it's a good problem to have.
Cousins, just because I can't. Right now, I've got Dak and Cousins rostered, and yeah, I need to do something about Alshon also. Alshon or Christian Kirk?
Alshon.
I'm
still playing it. I'm still playing it because you'll still get short area work and you'll still get red zone work.
Hey, Alshon or Brandon Cooks?
Alshon. I'm not playing Brandon Cooks at all.
Cousins over Darnold, 4-point TDs. Darren I just had that argument. Dan's gonna say Darnold here.
I think it's still a good problem. Like it's not a bad. Like you can play either or and be fine. Yeah. I think for which game has a higher chance of producing more points total, and that's going to be Jets and Dolphins. I'm taking the quarterback in that game.
You're right. So Terry McLaurin or Alshon?
God, Jesus.
McLaurin's out on waivers. That's why I'm asking.
No, I think it's still much as I hate the weather thing that's going on there, I'm still going with Elshon.
Okay.
The offense is starting to click.
Let me make sure there's nobody I can drop to pick up a third quarterback here. I get. Oh, I got an open IR spot.
There you go.
Use your IR spots, people.
That's what they're there for.
Welcome to the iSet lineup. So I got an open IR spot, so now I can pick Darnold up for free and start him over Cousins.
There you go. No, just remember, I've been bad at quarterbacks all year. I'm going to throw that out there and throw another wrench into this whole thing.
Well,
I'm playing Cousins
take
over
the-
Rodgers
do you
this
take-
week, so
The other side of that, then,
yeah.
of Fitzpatrick on an absolute tear here.
I mean, like I said, I think all three quarterbacks are going to put up 20 plus. It's just who's going to put up more.
Yeah. Fitzpatrick. Go the free out of Fitzpatrick and start him and hope that doesn't end my playoff run.
Yeah. You know, sometimes you just gotta go on Fitzpatrick.
I just don't. Yeah. I don't have a good feeling there.
That's understandable.
I feel like it could be a lot like last week where they just run in touchdowns.
I mean, it could be, but if you're gonna go with that, then you might as well just go with the Jets. Who's gonna? Well, it's gonna be Powell.
Powell.
He's not a big back.
Who's
You
gonna
know that-
Who's gonna run him in for the Dolphins, Dan?
It's gonna be Patrick Laird. It's been the
Never
greatest
Patrick
thing ever.
Laird. Never Patrick Laird.
Jesus, Miles Scat. No, you're right. It's gonna be it's gonna be Mike Gesicki and Parker catching touchdowns. It's gonna
Mhm.
be Ryan Griffin and Crowder and Anderson catching.
So you'd
it
play
from
Darnold over Wentz.
I'm playing Darnold over Wentz already.
Okay, cool.
I'm not playing Wentz at all. I actually just picked up on air. I just picked up Darnold to start him over to start him over Wentz.
Oh well, I just picked up Fitzpatrick to start him over Cousins.
Let's
So-
go. I'm still playing Cousins because I'm not playing Rodgers over.
Hey, look,
At this point, I'm sticking with Cousins.
if this tells anybody that's still listening anything, we're just like you.
Yeah,
We
you just decide to record our thoughts
yeah,
for you guys to laugh and listen to.
something like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was relying on Ryan Fitzpatrick in a playoff game over Dak and Cousins.
Oh.
That's a
I mean, Dak was always going to be. You were always going to play Cousins over Dak.
I
So
was.
the question really was going to be,
Did I play
are you gonna
somebody over
play?
Cousins?
Yeah.
And I just did not like. Yeah, especially with Thielen. I just think that you might get game manager Cousins.
you could. But
So Darnold, Darren. The answer is Darnold. I
the
just talked myself into Sam Darnold.
long-winded discussion from the beginning of the show.
Yeah. Okay. I don't got anything else.
I don't. Oddly enough, I'm all set with mine.
Okay.
I'm
Well-
playing Tannehill over Wentz. Does that
Sure.
also set things?
I don't have things that are not. We're going to be real right about this quarterback thing this week, or real wrong about
Oh, Wentz is going to
because
go for
we're getting
404.
cute with
Went's not going to matter.
what. It's like, what do you play over Carson Wentz? And we're getting cute with Tannehill, Fitzpatrick, and Darnold.
Are we getting cute with Tannehill though? I mean,
Are we
he's been
getting
on the
cute
tear
with, are we
lately
getting
too.
cute with any of them?
I mean,
I don't
Use-
know. We're going to be real right or real wrong. We'll discuss on Monday.
yeah, we'll let you guys know. We'll come back and we'll evaluate
Well, yeah, we'll evaluate
how wrong
this
we
one.
were on Monday.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will be back with you on Monday.
Monday.
See ya.
Yep.
At Beerfield FF, at Hot BFF, at 30 BFF, Beerfield Fantasy Football on YouTube, and all places podcast come from.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Week 14. Let's go.